This is Tom Lawlor, UFC middleweight filthy Tom Lawlor, here in Richmond, Virginia, beautiful Richmond. And I've moved down here for two reasons, basically. One is to be in charge of the Global Combat Alliance, the GCA, which is a sanctioning body for amateur fights in the state of Virginia, as well as to train at the MMA Institute located on Jank Road. I can't tell because I just moved here. I forget which one it is, but Jank Road in Richmond, Virginia, and the fight team that they have here.
Right on, man. How have you found Richmond to be so far?
I haven't spent too much time here, but what I have spent here, I love. It's a city that not a lot of people think of when they think of like big cities. But this has all the qualities of a big city. Great food, a lot of things to do for entertainment. River right through the middle of the city and the surrounding counties. So there's a lot of outdoors activities, and I'm loving it so far.
Cool. How are you? How's your recovery coming along from your surgery?
Well, my knee is still there, which is a good thing. It's still intact in the correct place. But I had ACL reconstruction. They also stitched up the meniscus. So, hopefully I'm looking at, maybe next spring I'll fight, spring of 2014. But I've been doing rehab, and the knee's definitely getting stronger. I'm back doing a little bit of stand-up training, but still not on the mat grappling, unfortunately. But things are going good. They're on track.
Right on, man. As far as you said you might be able to fight next spring. Hopefully. Where do you think your place is in the UFC middleweight division at this point?
We'll see how I feel once this knee gets better. At this point, I don't know how it's going to be. I might have to change my entire style. In 9 months' time, the entire division will probably look a little bit different. A year ago, probably not that many people thought that Chris Weidman would be the champ at this point. So I can never say, considering it's that far in the future, but hopefully I'll be able to continue along this past win that I got and rack up a winning streak and get right up there and start fighting some of these guys in the top 10.
Right on, man. Your last fight was a submission win. Could you give us your thoughts on that fight and how you think that went?
Fight, well, in the end it went good for me. It also went bad because Michael Kuiper tore my knee apart. Basically the fight started and I got the crap kicked out of me for 5 minutes before jumping on top of Michael Kuiper's head and getting him in my newly improved patented guillotine and getting the win.
Right on, dude. As far as, I know you said you recently moved to Richmond.
Yep.
What are some of the things that you're maybe looking forward to doing in the city once you get a little bit more time and get settled in?
Oh, man. Well, I've got to go whitewater rafting. I've never been to King's Dominion, so I've got to check that out, even though that's a little bit outside the city. I've already made it to a Flying Squirrels game, which was quite fun. Get to see big, sexy Kevin Nash was the special guest star, so I got a picture with him. Hit up a few of the local bars, ride my bike around, go hit up the river. That's pretty much it. One of the things you mentioned, and one of the things that Richmond kind of is starting to get known for is, Richmond's restaurant scene. Yep.
What are some of the restaurants that you tried out so far, and what are your thoughts on that, man?
Unfortunately, I haven't had as many places as I would have liked to because of my travel schedule. I've actually been to 3 barbecue restaurants out of the times that I've been here. Alamo Barbecue, Buzz and Ned's, and Hogshead. And they're all really good. I also went to Millie's Cafe, which is amazing brunch place. I've been to 821 Cafe, Pearl, Oyster Bar. I'm trying to think of some of the other places as well. I can't remember the restaurants off the top of my head. And Suboka. But one thing about Richmond and Virginia as a state, as a whole, is that they're kind of like in the middle. It's a mid-Atlantic region. So you get a lot of the chains from the northern states as well as a lot of chains from the southern states. So it's like the perfect area for chain food as well.
Right on, man. I know before you mentioned that you'll be doing your camps here and stuff once you're cleared to fight again. What are your thoughts on a lot of the guys at MMA Institute and kind of how you think you'll be setting up your camps?
I'll be setting up my camps basically by just beating the crap out of everybody everybody in the room, no matter how big or small they are. I don't care if you're 125 pounds or 345 pounds. If you step on that mat with me, I'm going to kick the crap out of you during my training camp. Especially guys like Brian Nielsen and Mike Wade and some of those other guys who have some size on them. Like guys like Terrell Hobbs and Chris Rodriguez. Probably not going to beat them up too bad, but I'm definitely going to get my licks in on them.
Right on, dude. What are your thoughts on the head coach at MMA Institute, Rick McCoy?
Rick's great. It's kind of tough because I'm usually doing a lot of work as the pro fight team's training. But everything I've seen so far has been just quality coaching all across the board. Either whether it's Rick, whether it's Kazeka, whether it's some of the fighters who are instructing the classes. Dave Silopath as well. You get a good mix of guys all over the place, and everything I've seen has just been top-notch coaching. They're reinforcing the basics as well as giving some opportunities to branch outside of that. So I'm really excited to get back on the mat for sure.
I had the opportunity to take a class that you taught the other day. How are you feeling about beginning to teach at the gym, man?
I haven't taught in a while, so I was a little bit rusty. And going into the class, I covered it on short notice, so I wasn't quite sure what to expect as far as the clientele goes. But I've been around MMA for, I guess it'll be 10 years. No, not even close, actually. Like 7 or 8 years now. But it's a sport I've been watching since I was a kid. So pretty much anytime I get to, help out somebody, whether it's to get in better shape or develop their technique or just have fun and involve mixed martial arts in there, yeah, it's great for me.
Right on, man. I know, now that you're here, you'll be having a lot more opportunities to kind of explore the city.
Yep.
And do some things. I know you have a couple of tattoos, man. Are you looking to get any more?
God. Yeah, definitely for sure. I don't think I can come here and not get tattoos or get more tattoos. It seems to be like a very popular thing to do in this culture is be heavily tattooed. And hey, the more the merrier. So definitely, I don't know what yet, but I'm definitely going to be looking to get some.
Right on, man. And as far as your career and stuff is kind of on hold right now because you're recovering from injury. You're a big fan of wrestling.
Yeah.
Pro wrestling and stuff.
Yeah. I like amateur wrestling too.
Yeah. Yeah. But is that are you trying to bring maybe some of that pro wrestling flair into the UFC and trying to maybe spice it up a little bit? Or?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think the next evolution of things I'm going to do is probably start incorporating pro wrestling moves. Maybe start off a fight with a drop kick. Maybe see if I can submit somebody with a good Boston Crab or knock somebody out with a clothesline. I'm pretty sure that's what you'll be seeing next. So just because I'm not able to grapple and do all that stuff doesn't mean that I'm not training other things. I'm training this big clothesline coming for guys to knock them out. So.
Right on, man. As far as any people who live in the Richmond area who might not be quite as familiar with either the UFC or just mixed martial arts in general, what do you think that your presence in the area kind of maybe contributes to Richmond and just Virginia's MMA scene?
Well, I probably brought down the property value quite a bit just by moving to Richmond. So to all you homeowners here in the area, I apologize in advance. Hopefully things will, go on an upward trend soon. But yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what Richmond could really gain from me other than declining property values and maybe, a horrid stench or something. But I don't know. I kind of forgot the question though.
Yeah, it's all good. As far as your fans out there and stuff, do you have any message for them while they'll be waiting a long time for you to get back in the cage, man?
Yeah, no messages. Just keep getting filthy and keep being a Lawlor maniac if you are one. If you're not one, then screw you.
Right on, man. Well, thank you a lot for your time.
All right, no problem. Thanks.